So, what do you do when your Shapeways Simplex print order comes in, well, looking like it's been through a war zone? Well, you try and make the most of it. So, that's what we're going to be doing on this week's episode of Make It with Calvin. Okay, to be perfectly fair to Shapeways, when I did contact them about the issue and sent them photos of the packaging, they actually were like, wow, we're really sorry that happened. They offered me either a reprint on the prints, which could take up to 4 weeks, or I could just get a refund. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to take a refund on this. I can tackle this project at a later date if I really want to. So after posting up the photos to my personal Facebook about what came in, one of the modelers on there, Larry Knapp, who has this really interesting war-themed layout besides other stuff that he's working on, contacted me and goes, hey, I'd be interested in the busted up models if you don't mind. And I had actually thought about taking them and either turning them into like a junk pile item or something like that. So today we're actually going to be taking these busted up prints that I've got here and we're going to try and make them look like something that's been through a war zone, because I'm going to send them off to Larry when I'm done with them. Now, clearly the original rules of painting a model go clearly out the window here, because we're actually intentionally trying to make these look worse than they are for the effect. So what I'm going to be doing is painting them down. One of them is going to be like a dark charcoal gray and the other one's going to be a dark green. But we're also going to use some techniques, maybe use a little airbrushing, but I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can. I have some of this rust-oleum flat red primer, which makes a really good stand-in for rust on a model. So the idea is we will take this, and I'm not going to spray in here on the set, but we're going to hold the can far away and pretty much just let that dust itself onto the models to give them a nice aged look. So first step is let me go outside and off camera spray these down with their requisite paint colors. When the paint's dry, we'll come back in and discuss our weathering options. And in case it didn't show up on the main camera, this is how busted up the prints came in. The box was just utterly destroyed, and as you can tell, not exactly salvageable on the prints, which is honestly a shame because this is a really, really nice model that somebody put together. So that definitely that took the feel out of my gas tank on this project. Okay, and just like that, we now have our wonderfully beat up looking little simplex locomotives. So as you can see, the weathering powders, if they're done right, can really bring these things to life. Now they really look like they've sat outside for a long time and all that stuff. Now, ideally, you could come along and you could apply some dull coat or clear coat on the top of it. I'm personally not going to do that because probably these are just going to sit on the layout and not be handled. And even if they do, you know what? If their appearance changes over time, that's not a bad thing because, well, heck, that's what would happen in real life. So I hope you guys found this enjoyable, and the main focus of this video was just to show that even if you have some busted up prints, you don't just have to bin them. If you're a little bit creative, you can actually make some really unique and interesting items out of them, which is kind of what I hope I showed here. So I'll see you here next time on Make It with Calvin, and as for these, well, they're going to get packaged up a little better than they came in to get sent off to Larry and his layout. So see you next time.